This is a video that Rutger asked me to make about the Bridges project. My name is Nate Wooley, and my portion is in duo with Mats Gustafsson. When Rutger sent the field recording to me, I was a little wary, to be honest. I'm nervous about playing with field recordings because I have a tendency to attach narrative to things, and usually it makes for a really bad musical experience. And bridges and the sound of vehicles going over bridges, that has a special connotation to me for some reason, probably because of where I grew up in a rural area where that sound was prevalent. You could go hear that without the buzz of other traffic around. So my way of dealing with that was to listen to the track a number of times and trying to abstract something out of it that I could still attach a narrative to and still feel like I had made some kind of something musically satisfying as far as an arc, but wasn't obvious, and was abstract enough that without me telling you, you wouldn't necessarily get the narrative, which I didn't feel like I could do with the original field recording. So after listening to it a long time, for some reason I connected with this idea of it sounding like a snare drum rudiment slowed way, way down. There's a feeling that everything's connected, but just slowed down. The sound is somewhat constant, but it's just been stretched. And so I played over it like I was playing an energetic kind of duo with a drummer, but the drum track had been slowed way down. I kept my energy up and fast and a high rate of speed, a high rate of density, but allowed what I was thinking of as the drums to be slowed way down. And I think it worked beautifully when I first heard it with Mats's part, because he also seemed to approach it without a sense of that obvious narrative, but he had these real static floating tones. And the two things really don't match, put side by side. I think that it worked, but when Rutger added the original field recording track back in, there's a certain kind of abstract sense of glue with that track in the middle of it that made the disparate elements of Mats's and my part really work together in a way that I wish I could do improvising, where the disparate elements are just clashing and rubbing up against each other. It makes for a really interesting piece of music to me, and something that I've been able to think about since doing it. And I think it was a really positive experience.